Now with this skill, the most important part is making sure our drag back isn't just straight back to us. It's a matter of opening up our body, facing this way, so we can guide the ball back in this direction. So essentially the ball has to roll outside of you, so you can create that distance between you and the defender, and then as they're going to approach is when you nick it through their legs. So it's not every time that you do the move that you have to get straight into that cutback. It's a matter of lowering them and then let them commit and you through. So there is many moments when Neymar would drag the ball back and let it linger for a bit, and then as they're approaching he will step into it and then just drag it in his stride. Now for this skill, it's a great way to get out of danger, but the quicker you do it is the more effective it will be. The last thing we need is to be static. We have to be fluid in our movement and almost have a rhythm with where we're taking the ball. We don't want to be static, dragging it, doing the fundamentals, because you're not going to get anywhere. So to enable us to be as fluid as we can with this, we start with our foot on the ball, and we're not just going to drag it, we're going to jump when we drag it, just to create more space behind my leg. Now at this point, it's a roll behind, as this leg is getting ready to catch it at full extension and then drag it the other direction. So to ensure we get this skill as good as we can from the start, we're just going to start with some L drags. So that's where we start with the ball in front, we're going to drag it as we hop behind the leg and then switch legs. Now that we've completed the first part, what's just as important is making sure we reach the ball in time to then roll it quick enough in that direction. Now a quick drill we can do to make sure that drag from that side into the other direction is quick enough is to simply roll the ball between your feet, but we don't want it too close because it doesn't replicate the move. We want it to drag out so you catch at a distance and then catch at the other side. Now with all of it together, it's a drag back, cross, catch, roll and then burst out. It is vital we're light on our toes with this skill, because the two steps that it takes to go out there almost has to be performed in one. So it's not just a drag and then kick. So you could think about it like a flick up. If I was to drag it to this leg slowly and then try and flick up, it's not really going to go anywhere. But if I was to drag it with pace in the same movement, it will be more fluid. So the way to create that fluidity is making sure as we've dragged it, I'm hopping to turn out. So what we want is a sharp drag towards our left foot, and then as it's traveling, we're going to turn our left foot out to then guide it. So because of the momentum that's already gained from the drag, we don't have to put much effort into flinging our left foot away. It's a matter of just making sure we nick it with the right connection, turn out so it flicks the other side. Now, a key fundamental to this skill is making sure we're standing tall over the ball and we want to slightly lean into a direction where we're initially going to drag it. As we're veering in this direction, we just want to drag it behind us and then we want to get our foot on the outside of the ball. So this creates that barrier where a defender would have committed this far and then we drag out the other direction. So a good marker to know where to drag the ball initially is just in front of your right foot. So as we're dragging it, that's where we get on the outside. To ensure we get the fluidity within that snapback, it's a matter of making sure as we're dragging the ball, we get our foot around it early enough, using that momentum to then take it back out that way. Now the final key part to this move is making sure as we've dragged it towards our left foot and we're at this point, we want to slightly hop out so we can get low and then burst in the other way.